Cassowary Awards are our night of nights. It's our region's night, our industry's night, our community's night to celebrate the outstanding contribution that people and organisations make to the wet tropics of Queensland World Heritage Area. And it wouldn't be possible without the partnerships we have and all the sponsors that have been involved.
Well, the Cassowary Awards is a prestigious event in the tropical North Queensland calendar. And what we do is we celebrate all the great people out there, all the community members, industry, local government, everybody who's out there looking after, protecting and presenting the Wet Tropics World Heritage Area.
I would like to announce the winner, which is Lisa and Mark.
Oh my goodness, you know, geez, I really didn't expect this at all. But I would like to say, and it's a quote, the green of the forest is the mind's best light, and I go to the forest to lose my soul. No, actually, to lose my mind, which is great to do, and find my soul. So, you know, I'd like to thank the people that nominated me. It took me a long time to figure out who it was. They were very secretive, which I didn't like at all. But, you know, I really shouldn't be getting this because it's really the community groups that I'm working for. And that is the beautiful tree force that have been planting trees, you know, for so long, since 1991, on Freshwater Creek and around. And, you know, and also the wonderful Mulgrave Land Care. You know, there's such fantastic groups to work with and such beautiful people, caring, passionate, and this is what it's all about. And all these beautiful people in the room tonight. You know, it's just quite overwhelming, really. But it's wonderful to see Queensland Water and Land Carers are in the room tonight. And, you know, don't forget about land care and the people that are planting trees, because of course we have to protect what we've got and restore, which is a lot of what we do. But also educate our children is so important and so close to my heart. So thank you.
I'd like to congratulate this year's recipient of the Cassowary Award for Tourism and Presentation. To the Kuranda Visitor Information Centre. Congratulations, guys.
I have to thank all the volunteers at the Kuranda Visitor Information Centre, because without them this would not happen. They are an amazing group of people and passionate about the wet tropics, Kuranda, and also I'd like to thank Mini Beast Wildlife and Peter and Angela Freeman, who have helped us with our display of wild insects, reptiles that have helped keep the emotions up during the past unprecedented times. Just gives a bit of an edge onto what we're trying to educate our visitors on, not just brochures and shops, but also what they see in the wet tropics and rainforest around them. So thank you very, very much.
So the recipient of the Innovation and Research Award is Dominic Chaplin.
Everybody, thank you to Terrain, and thank you to a lady called Amanda Freeman from Nature North Environmental Consulting for putting me forward for this award. I'm not quite sure why I've got this. I can think of at least 20 other people who are far more worthy, but I'll take it. I work as a volunteer for an organisation called BirdLife Northern Queensland. You've probably heard the theory that with climate change and a warming environment, animals might start to move up the mountain to retain the same conditions. well, this isn't actually true. What happens is the ones at the bottom just die, but anyway, you probably know the idea.
To welcome to the stage the winner of the Education Award, Jodie Creek.
First of all, thank you for the sponsor, and thank you to everyone who has nominated me. There were some sneaky people, but I have been in business for 14 years, and I have to say it's the toughest 14 years of my life. Not only have I been bankrupt nearly 3 times, but COVID-19 decided to throw in an extra little challenge for us. But for 14 years, I have had the most amazing mentors. I really, really have. And these mentors have allowed me to borrow some of their courage and their belief of me to be able to deliver the educational programs within schools. So I started off working in zoos and I absolutely loved it, but there was a part of me that wanted to be in the classroom. And so therefore I left and I created Zoo to You, and that was 14 years ago, and we're still going hard and strong. We live in the most amazing place, and I actually wanted to work with gorillas, believe it or not, in the rainforest over there, but the wet tropics rainforest caught my heart. And it is here that I get to share this with children every single day. And one thing I want to leave with you is never underestimate a 4-year-old, ever.
Here to present the People Country Culture Award. The envelope. The recipient of the People Country Culture Award is Barry Hunter.
Thanks for the nomination. Didn't expect it, and certainly didn't expect to win tonight. I guess I want to acknowledge a few organisations and people in particular who have been on this journey with me in regards to what Kia just read out. Certainly my home community, Jabberwoi Mob, and the amazing people we work with there at home. The Rainforest Aboriginal People Think Tank, Chrissy and Phil. Good to see you down in Leisha, and the Wet Tropics staff as well. The Wet Tropics staff and all of their never-ending support, Scott and Leslie in particular. Terrain, Keith and the rest of the board, thank you for your guidance and support throughout all this work. In regards to fire, my brother who put it on the world stage, and certainly an Australian stage, Victor Steffston, I want to acknowledge him and the endless, tireless work that he does and the passion that he has for seeing and ensuring that there's right fire for right country in Australia, and the Fire Sticks Alliance. But also I want to acknowledge all countrymen and within the Wet Tropics, and thank Brother Carly and Gav and Richie for that warm welcome earlier. Thank you.
This year's winner, Adrian Watson.
I didn't expect this. As you know, I probably I live north of the Daintree River. I don't get to see many other places because I don't cross the river much. What we're doing up there is trying to re-veg all the land that's been cleared up there, and we're doing a good job. There's a lot of us doing it, and at one time it took me 1.5 years to get to Cairns from here. So I'd like to get up to the Tablelands and see a lot of the work that's been done up there, but in the meantime I'm across the river and that's where I stay. And thanks all the sponsors, and for years I've been working with a lot of volunteers, and to me they're the most important people, and the donors of course, and this award is for them, really. Thank you very much.
And it is Tablelands Regional Council.
Thank you very much. It certainly is a surprise and a privilege to be here tonight. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land on which we stand today, and I would like to say thank you for a fantastic welcome to the country tonight. As the manager of I forgot what I am. Planning and Environment with Tablelands Regional Council. I just want to say, a lot of speakers said here tonight about how this region has attracted them from various parts of the world. I might be one attracted from the furthest parts of the world, as you can tell by the accent. But for the last 15 years, I've been privileged to live in this region. It is a fantastic region, and I think that we are very privileged to be here. Actually, a recent community survey undertaken by Tablelands Council has found that our fantastic natural environment and our climate are in the top 3 reasons why people do live here. And being here tonight, I must say that we also have something fantastic here, a community of interest and a great group of people who are definitely dedicated to protecting what we have here. But I would like to hand over to the soul of our community Revegetation Nursery and the team here, and much longer resident than me, Kylie Peabody.
Well, I think we'd like to accept this award on behalf of all the nursery staff and volunteers. There's a very dedicated crew that are largely responsible for the trees that we produce and the work that flows on in the community. And I'd also like to thank all our previous employees and volunteers which have been working with the nursery over the past 32 years now, and that includes timber workers that were displaced from work with the listing of World Heritage back in 1989. So they formed our original crews that worked with the nursery. So all those people have contributed to what the nursery actually is today. And lastly, I'd really like to thank Tudor and our NRM coordinator, Scott Morrison, not the Prime Minister. And they have provided so much support for the nursery. 32 years continuous running of a nursery in a local government situation where you're faced with the ebbs and flows of different government every 4 years now. It's very difficult. So I'd like to thank their support as well. Thank you.
And I'd like to be able to say that the winners tonight are the Tropical Mountain Plant Science Collaboration. Well done.
G'day, this is, it is a surprise, but I'm here representing quite an extensive collaboration. Kia's just outlined the people who are involved in this project. It ranges from us at the Australian Tropical Herbarium, but also to get this job done, we've involved so many people with expertise and knowledge that are way beyond what we have at the Tropical Herbarium. There are 80 species which are 80 plant species which are endemic to the wet tropics mountains, and they're all threatened by climate change. Each year as the globe warms, the amount of habitat they've got shrinks, and they, for some of them, it's predicted that they'll lose all of their habitat. Recognising this, we obtained funding from the Ian Potter Foundation, who are sponsoring not just us but our collaborators, and we've engaged with these people to come up, visit wet tropics. We can't conserve these plants in Cairns because they just melt in the tropical heat. We need to find suitable temperate zone places where we can have reserve populations of these threatened plant species. The amount of plants that we take is tiny. There's probably more volume of plants spread in pots around this space than we've actually taken out of the wet tropics. But with that tiny volume of plants, we've got in conservation 40 species, 40 in Southern Botanic Gardens. We're also researching the genetics. Our collaborators are also researching the genetics of these plants and to look to see if we can conserve the seeds of these plants as well for the long term. So it's been a thrill
be part of this project. And Dominic, every now and then we trip over these damned golden bowerbird nests in our wanders. So what can we do about them? They're in the way. Thank you very much.
I am absolutely delighted to announce the winner as Mission Beach State School.
Thank you. We are truly honoured to get this award. It means a lot to us at Mission Beach. We would like to thank the sponsors for helping make these awards possible, and we would also like to thank all of the great work that everyone here is doing to help our environment look very beautiful and be very beautiful. I would also like to say that I hope that by winning this award we can inspire more people and communities and schools to do their bit in helping the environment. Thank you.
This year, I am delighted to present the Chair's Award to Tourism Tropical North Queensland.
Thank you very much. A complete surprise and a humbling honour, I must say. But I mean, that's what we're all about at Tourism Tropical North Queensland. It's about the reef, it's about the rainforest, it's about the wet tropics, and presenting that to the world. We make a difference when we do presentation right. We change people's attitude and we convert them, frankly, to be ambassadors and conservationists for the World Heritage Area. And it has been a tough couple of years, 18 months. Appreciate the support from the wet tropics, and we're going to keep doing it.
Certainly as CEO, my thanks go to our board, to the Wet Tropics board. Thank you very much, Leslie. It's very humbling to be able to have the opportunity to accept this award on behalf of the industry that works so very hard every single day. The Visitor Information Centre, so glad to see you guys win that award. You do such an amazing job. The Indigenous tourism businesses in the room tonight and right across the region inspire us every day, and they have inspired our vision to create, to inspire every visitor who comes to our region to be a custodian for this region, for its people and for our stories, and we'll continue to do that every single day. So thank you very much for your inspiration and for your support. Thanks very much.
Cassowary! Cassowary!